For years, I was striving to find my root identity. I didn't feel like I knew myself on a fundamental level. Everything felt changeable and I couldn't really get a grip of who I was. Core identity. What does this even point to? The core of something is the foundation that is not changeable. Okay. The core foundation of a house is the actual construction and foundation of the house that makes it a house. And then you can paint it internally and externally. You can put in furniture, and this comes and goes. This is what is changeable. So what is the core of our being? This question is paradoxical. It cannot be answered by the mind. And the reason why it cannot be answered by the mind is because the identity that we have adopted, that is constructed, has a mental construct that is built by the mind, by repetition, by habit and action, that we identify ourselves with as ourself. This fluctuates and keeps us searching for something stable, something deeper, something that we can land in without loosening ourselves. So, if you think of a old barn, it stands there, and it's been standing there for a long time. It's constructed by man. And it's become a part of the land. And with a storm coming, let's say a tornado that is really, really heavy, the barn would be wiped out. And what is left is the land that it once stood on. This pointer points to who you are on a fundamental level. And if we look at it, you know, something needs to interrupt the constructed self or the barn in order for it to loosen up. for the structure to fall so that what is underneath can become visible. And sometimes these storms comes very unannounced. For myself, and this refers to my journey of life, and what I'm speaking about now is in the past. It doesn't define me, but it's an event that has happened, that is a part of the story. But it doesn't say anything about who I am, okay? Just to make that clear. 6 months ago, I lost my son. This shook me to the core on a very intense level. Before, I've been very occupied by searching, finding who I am. Read a lot of books by Eckhart Tolle, for example. Followed the traces of Moji. Different ways to find out who I am through guidance of others. And when my son died, it was very clear that I had learned a lot on a conceptual level, but it wasn't fully embodied. I wasn't living it. My son showed me the room that contains it all. Both the grief and the love that can coexist and be felt at the same time. An expression coming from the same ground that is within us all. Strip away all the mental constructs, belief systems, different way we attach our sense of self to something. What is left is unknown for the mind. The mind cannot grasp this. Trying to figure out is coming from a place of searching. And if I'm searching, I'm occupied by a role as a searcher. This is also a role that can be perceived. Maybe you're somewhere between the searcher and starting to realize that this too is, even if it's subtle, it's still perceived. It's not who you are, it's a role that you're playing. It's your mind finding a new way to have the grip over you. So when you're in the unknown, where your mind cannot grasp onto anything, it feels like you're lost for a while. The only one that is lost is your mind. It's the loosening of that grip, that inner tension. pointing towards the ground of your being. The unknown is your home in that way. It's before you have adapted a role. It's before you have thought a thought. It's before anything has moved. It's shapeless. Therefore, it can feel abstract until you have a direct contact with it. Or rather, seeing from it.